something.
We're going live in 30 seconds. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you come here, Fred? Come on. How about Fred? Oh my goodness. Snacks for a poochie. Always fantastic. More? You want more snacks or you okay? All right, we got 7 people. We'll be going live in a few seconds. I don't know what you're drinking, but I'm drinking Axina. If it's not Summer in a Glass, I don't know what is. And
That
by the
sounds
way,
good.
some people are reporting 90s in Northern California today.
90s. That's too early. It's too early. It's not
But-
even May.
Couldn't be a better day for Axina.
Oh my God! Seriously. Seriously, boy, you chose wisely.
It ended up being a good day for it. Let's see, where are we at? We're at 30, 40 seconds in.
Yep, getting there. People are starting to join in. It looks
Oh,
like.
I see we've got
Hi,
a bunch of folks.
everybody.
We're giving a few more seconds as people are logging
Annie.
in. As you guys are
Carrie,
logging
hi
in.
Carrie.
As you're
What's
logging in,
happening?
we're drinking Axina. We're not waiting for you guys today because it is just hot in Northern California today. So
I got
we are
nothing.
enjoying.
Nothing. Nothing in my glass. I
That's
wonder if there's
odd.
any way to fix that.
I am shocked that Grady has nothing.
Thank you. That's plenty for me. You know, small pours. I don't like to drink cream.
All right, looks like people are scrolling, they're coming in.
It's all happening, and 5, 4,
Oh, get ready.
2, 1.
Hello, friends. My name's Brad Beard, owner and winemaker for Mercury Wine. Celebrating 10 years here in downtown Geyserville, California. Welcome to Happy Hour with Brad, where Grady and I taste a little wine, enjoy some pairings, dispense a little wine knowledge, but most of all, have some fun. And that's really what all this is about. Oh, Freddie's like,
Where's
I'm
Fred?
leaving. Freddie's like, I'm
Fred,
leaving
come
on.
here.
Come
Come here, Fred. Let's say hi to
What
everybody.
about all those people that just logged
Come
in?
on, all these people
Come
need to
say
see a
hi.
dog. There's a
All right.
Fred.
There he is.
What a good pooch. You're such a good
As
dog,
we all
Fred.
know, you come to see Freddie, not me or my wine. It's it's the most important part.
It's all about the
of-
Freddie. It's all about the good Fred.
Look at him being silly. He says, okay, I'll look pretty for the camera, Dad.
Yes. You're a big ham bone, Fred.
Which reminds me, Fawn, Grady's dog, and Freddie have been running around during our cooking videos, and of course, most of the comments aren't, well, Brad, we really think
That
that,
was really yummy.
that was delicious food. No, the comments are, the dogs are amazing as they're running around in the background, and that's okay too. They are amazing, and they are having lots of fun, and it is all okay. That is all okay. But anyway, welcome to Happy Hour with Brad. We're going to be tasting some fun wines, and today we've got my Axina. This is my 2018 Axina. Axina is
Yay.
actually the name of the grape. It's an ancient Greek grape. It is, we call it Summer in a Glass.
We do.
Because it is it's every bit of fruit that it has just reminds me of great summer fruits to be picking off the tree. A lot of pear.
Crazy
running
pear.
in there.
Beautiful pear.
Apricot,
Apricot,
apples, all the fun
apples,
flavors in
Lemon
there.
zest at the end.
Oh, lemon
Wow.
zest.
Little lemon zest.
There
at
is
the
a,
end.
actually the lemon zest is what makes the wine because it
So
presents
special.
itself as so juicy and fruity that it needs some structure, and it's that lemon zest which is actually more of the through line of the acid that kind of brings the whole wine together, which is absolutely fantastic. We're going back a couple years in vintages with our 2014 Dark Side, so it is a blend of Petit Syrah, and Cabernet Franc. So a nice, rich, full-bodied wine. And the reason why we chose that is because we're pairing that up today with our braised short ribs. And of course, I put some of that wine into the braising liquid to braise those short ribs about and make them super tender
Yep.
and delicious.
Yep, you can see that in the video. You'll see us pouring in the delicious wine.
Yes, so
You
I
should
wasn't
watch the
faking
video.
it. Yes, I was Some people would say wasting. I
No,
was saying
no,
making
no,
the ribs
making it
just that
so
much better.
perfect.
But it was, here's the deal. You put wine that you would drink into your recipe. You do not, there's no such thing as cooking wine, and there's no such thing as cooking sherry, because if you're using those, you're using things that don't have great flavors. And the whole point of adding wine flavors to your dish is that they're good wine flavors.
Yeah, yeah.
Volume needs to be up on the
You need to
computer.
talk a little
Okay,
more?
thank
All
you
right,
guys so
thank
much.
you. Good,
Can
no.
you turn it up, or is it?
Let me see.
Do we need to turn it up?
Can you hear that?
Can you hear the motorcycle that just went by? We will catch him later. All right, Grady's working on volume on. That's Grady right there, working on some volume. The person that had a can okay tell
Randy Garza.
Tell Randy to turn those things up. Volume up. Looking good. All right, how's that?
Can we hear now?
Randy
Yeah.
will let us
Can
know.
we
All
hear
right,
me
perfect.
now?
Thank you guys for your instant feedback. We will speak up a little bit and make sure that you guys can hear. Grady's looking right now to see if anybody's saying that you can hear us well. Yes.
Yeah,
no,
you're looking good because we're
can
getting
hear-
got good bars and
we have bars.
all that good stuff.
We have good stuff. All right. So we'll go ahead and get going.
All right, let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. I'm so excited.
Absolutely.
I'm really excited because we're starting with Axina today, one of my favorite things in the world.
Absolutely. We've had Axina on the show before. It's one of those wines that you're not going to get. Don't look for it in your grocery store. Don't even look for it at your favorite wine purveyor in their small shop. This is a very rare ancient grape. Yeah, I don't know why. Because this grape is so delicious.
It's by far one of the most unusual and exciting things you've made. You've made a lot of unusual and exciting things. But there is something about this. When you went to Paso and you got that beautiful Albarino, but you also came home with what I like to call magic beans, because I have never had anything that excites me like this crazy white wine.
It is, it's unbelievable. I was a little worried. I figured worst case scenario, I would use it as a background blender to make Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, Albarino, make all those things taste good. But as this wine was coming around, there was no way I was going to use it as a background blender because it was so delicious, rich, and fruity. You just can't name a summer fruit that you remember as a child, picking off the tree. It's in here. It's just rich, fruity, so expressive. But like I was saying earlier, the acids really kind of give you a nice backbone in there, pulling out a little bit of that lemon zest, and just a beautiful finish.
From the nose to the start, to the mid, to the finish, it's the whole package. It's the most exciting white wine you've ever made, and that's saying a lot.
The most exciting white wine. What happened to Albarino?
Albarino is still good, and I love it. And the Sauv Blanc's great. The Viognier is pretty exciting, and the orange is out of control. And the Heritage Oak was amazing. But
this is
a whole different animal.
This is
so much fun.
This is a very different wine. You are 100% correct. So what we're gonna do is, so if you watch the cooking videos, we did our marinated asparagus, and we also did our braised Brad's long rib, and so we're gonna be tasting those today along with wine. Yeah, here's the deal. All right, my butcher says, look, you save $4 a pound if I don't have to slice these things into little 3-inch slices. And I'm like, that's fine. I will save the $4
I'll save the
a
money.
pound. So my ribs are a little long. They're about 10 to 12 inches, but they're thick and meaty and absolutely delicious. And it is the exact same thing. And because they fall off the bone by the time you're done, you don't need to present it with the short rib that would have gone along with it. Just pull it off the bone, put a little drizzle on top.
Pile it in there.
Do that.
Yum. Yum.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Oh, this is the perfect way to start. It's hot out here today. We're in like the 80s or something today.
Yes, we are. And Anna said that she even had some 90s as she was going north.
What?
We've gone
happened to
from
spring?
cold, rain, and now we
now
have
it's-
broken into spring, which is fantastic. But let me go ahead and grab the asparagus, and we'll go ahead and get a taste.
Let's do it. Let's try some of this fun asparagus. I'm so excited for vegetables. You know how I love them.
Oh, Danny's going to go ahead and bring them over for us. Yes,
All
Grady.
right,
Okay,
here we
Grady.
go.
Okay, for those of you that missed that, okay, here's Danny.
Thank you, Danny. Oh, that looks beautiful. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Fantastic. All right, for those of you that didn't catch the whole Grady and vegetable thing, he probably isn't going to be eating the asparagus with you. But asparagus is a very interesting pairing because a lot of people actually use asparagus as an appetizer. This happens to be, are you going to go ahead and show that? This happens to be what we're pairing up with the braised beef short ribs. But asparagus, a lot of times right now, is grilled, wrapped in prosciutto, a little bit of Parmesan usually in there, a lot of fun stuff like that. So asparagus is absolutely in the appetizer zone, but asparagus can be bitter, just like a, those little bitter little round things. Looks like
Capers?
cabbage.
No.
It looks like cabbage,
Brussels
but
sprouts.
tastes like a Brussels sprout. There we go. Thank you, Spanish folks, for cutting those in half and then
And
putting them
frying
on
in
the
bacon.
hot grill, frying in
Thank you.
bacon. That's great. But asparagus can be bitter as well. And so what are you going to be pairing that up with? Because typically if you're going to be having meats and cheeses, you don't have a bitter aspect to it. And that's why I think that the Axina is going to go fantastically with it, because we know it goes great from our last videos with meats and cheeses, even a spicy copa or something along those lines. But it actually pairs up nicely with the bitter as well. And because asparagus is a little bit bitter, even though we've marinated that for you, we have a balsamic drizzle giving it a little sweetness. It still has that little bitter edge to it. That's why we're going to pair it with the Axina, because I think those big juicy summer fruits are going to pair nicely with it.
I'm sure of it. I'm ready to try.
Are you going to do it?
I'm going to do it.
All right,
I'm
everybody,
actually going to eat asparagus
if we can focus in on
video.
Grady's face right now while he's eating a vegetable, it'll be fantastic. And Mom, don't worry, Grady will live. If he passes out, I will resuscitate.
Mom's
All right,
like,
here
I
we
don't
go.
believe Grady's going to
Eat an asparagus.
eat an asparagus.
Well, he had better have a little wine in his glass, because if it's not going well, he's gonna have to choke it down with that. All right.
Oh,
and
Lordy.
actually, while you're doing that, I'll go
Yep.
ahead and pour a
Nice.
little bit as well.
Freddie, do you want some asparagus?
He says no. He says
course
he wants.
not.
He says he wants.
Wow.
All right.
That's pretty gosh darn good. That balsamic makes it takes some of that edge right off, Brad.
Yeah, the balsamic, we have salt, pepper, garlic salt, onion powder with the balsamic vinegar and a little bit of olive oil. And you can either grill them or toss them into the oven. It also, we end up dusting it with a little bit of Parmesan, so you have a nice salty component to the top as well. Absolutely goes fantastic with this.
It does. Again, from a
Does it
non-vegetable
take the
person,
bitter out of it for you?
takes the bitter completely out. It allows all the flavor to come through. All that balsamic. I'm tasting balsamic, and I'm not getting that really green vegetal thing, which is not my thing, obviously.
All the healthy flavors
I hate the healthy
have been
flavors.
wiped out.
They've been
of this,
totally
because we
sublimated.
roasted it up. We have the
Yeah,
roasty
yeah.
flavors. We have the balsamic flavor, and then you have the cheesy saltiness on top.
Yeah,
Absolutely fantastic.
I am.
This week. Please let us know how you're liking it as well, and how you're liking it with the wines, because we had a lot of people calling us on Monday saying, hey, we want to make sure we have this recipe. So let us know if you didn't have the Axina, what white wine you're pairing with the asparagus, and what red wine are you pairing with the braised short ribs.
Wow, Brad.
That's
the ultimate.
That was really fantastic.
It's so good.
I think it's very nice. I think, especially for you with the bitter situation,
Which is the thing that I can't
nice,
stand.
that nice fruity character really can. It's not dominating the
No,
asparagus,
it's not.
but it's putting the asparagus-y flavors to
In the background.
Yeah, so that you could actually enjoy it. And
Right,
so
and
now
I
you've
did.
actually eaten your first vegetable. Do you have anything to say about that?
I'm probably gonna die.
Yeah, I know.
I'm probably gonna
know.
die.
I'm
My body
worried.
will rebel. Because I haven't had a vegetable
I am
since
very worried about that.
74. When was the last time I had some vegetables?
Mom used to force you to eat them, but
She
that's
did.
okay.
Sorry, Mom.
All right.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a spectacularly fun,
It's good.
fun pairing.
I also wanted to give a big shout out to everybody that's watching. A lot of you folks that are watching have been doing this already, and I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for extending your discounts to your friends and family. Right now, we are extending the friends and family discount to all of your friends, which is nice. They also enjoy the free shipping on dollar shipping. Sorry, thanks a lot for free shipping. $1 shipping on 6 bottles or more. So thank you guys for inviting your friends to join our wine club or take advantage of your wine club discount. The other really exciting part is that most people are just joining the wine club.
A lot of them, we have new wine club members, and they're almost as fun as you are.
But we haven't gotten to see you yet. So once we are open and we can have you come down and have some fun.
We'll actually get to finally
all
meet you in
our new club members will be able to come down.
Thank you. Yes, cheers to them.
Absolutely.
Oh, hell
Cheers.
yeah. Thank you.
Speaking of that,
yes, sir.
Other thing that's going on is that we've got the raffle. So every 2 weeks we're doing a raffle. So if you're a wine club member and you've got a friend who joins the club or buys wine through us, 6 bottles or more, you get a ticket into the old raffle ticket bin. So we'll be drawing the raffle for a 2017
Zinfandel
and the
Axina. Yeah, what a fun little twosome that is.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Yum. Good times. Thank you for all your friends. So nice talking to you all. It's been a blast.
Yes. And then also for all of our club members, as you guys already know, because I'm sure you've been keeping up with all the emails, we have our wine club that'll be shipping out, or billing on the 30th and then shipping out on the 1st
I
or
think,
2nd, 3rd, something like that. So if you haven't let us know that you are not at work and you're staying at home or working from home, give us the new address so we can ship it to the right place so it doesn't come back and we have to reship it out to you. That would be awesome.
Give me a call, shoot me an email, info@mercurywine.com, and we'll take care of it. Thank you for everybody who's already been thinking about that, and you've been sending me your home address since you normally get it shipped to work. It's all going to work out perfectly, and you'll get drinking faster.
Which apparently right now is very important because we have a lot of you guys adjusting what's coming in your club and getting it shipped out immediately because you are out of stock. So thank you for all of you folks.
Thank you for drinking your library.
Thank you for drinking your library. People are drinking just a little more right now, or at least a lot more mercury.
I know I have been.
For sure. Yes. It was, we were lugging a lot of boxes out of the house.
We were.
And I was like,
thank you for that. I like calling boxes.
Yes.
That means people are ordering wine and having fun, and thank you for that so much. We appreciate it.
That is for sure. So again, if you have anything that you need to do concerning the wine club or adjusting the wine club or ordering more, just contact Grady and he will take care of you as well. But I'm ready for the next one.
I am desperate because all this delicious food is staring at me,
and
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
I know that I can't read the comments flipping by right now, but I know that everybody's like, eat the dang food, guys, eat the dang food. So our next one is Brad's Braised Long Ribs. Like I told you guys in the video, I go ahead and get the ribs in 12-inch sections because I save a whole lot of money from the butcher. And so if you go to your butcher and say, look, I want to save a little money, get some short ribs, I'm sure they can do that for you as well. And it saves them a lot of time versus having to cut everything through. So same great meat, same great flavors, but they must be cut for short ribs because if the butcher is greedy and trying to give you a big ribeye, he's going to cut it a lot closer to the bone. But if they're actually cutting them for short ribs, they're going to cut the ribeye a little shorter, and there's going to be a lot more ribeye meat left on the bone, and that's why it's so delicious because most of the meat is ribeye. And
one of my favorites. I think we're all very, very big fans of ribeyes around here.
Excellent. So the wine we're going to be pairing with that today is going to be the 2014 Dark Side. And for those of you that know me, I like my Bordeaux style wines. This one's not a Bordeaux style. This one's a little bit fuller body, a little heavier. It's got Petit Syrah, Cabernet Franc. So it's got 2 Rhones and it's got 1 Bordeaux, but those are all pretty full-bodied, big, juicy wines. And this Dark Side it is rich. It's dark cherries, dark plums. It's chocolatey. The tannins were very intense in this wine. So what I did with this wine is I fined it with egg whites. And so Why did I find it with egg whites? Egg whites or diatomaceous earth are two of the fining agents that we can use out here, but egg whites specifically target those more intense tannins. And then for those of you that are vegans and or vegetarians and don't want to have any egg whites in here, this is sterile filtered, so it does pull all those proteins out, so you're not going to be getting any of this in the wine. But what the egg whites did before we filtered it was grab onto some of those long chain proteins, and those long chain proteins are hanging on to those tannins. And then because these are 3 big grapes, they have a lot of tannins in the skin already. And then of course we're putting them into American oak or French oak, and we're adding tannins to it. So I added all those tannins, but not all of them are necessary. And what the egg whites do is grab a few of those long chain proteins that are attached to the tannins, drop them out. And so instead of having one of those real bitey, intense, sucking all the moisture out of your mouth style of big American reds, it's a little more
Gentler. It's a gentle.
I was going to go jauntler. Jauntler is a new word.
It's
somewhere
jaunty
between
and avuncular.
jaunty
It's both.
and gentle. Just a little gentler, so that those tannins don't have a perception of being more aggressive. And the other cool thing about the egg whites is that they only pull out the tannins that end up being more aggressive, not the aging tannins. So you need to have aging tannins in a wine, especially when it's this big, to make it go a long way. Anyway, long story short, that's enough about tannins.
I love tannins. Tannic structure is fascinating to me. I learn something about tannins every day.
It's structure. If you don't have structure in a wine, it's uninteresting.
No, it
and
just sort of
it's
falls
all over the
apart on your
place.
palate.
You don't have a
Excited about
beginning,
that.
a middle, and an end. And so you do need tannins and acid for good structure.
Whoa! Whoa, what a nose. This is the 14 Dark
This is the 2014 Dark Side. We still have a few cases of this, so
Yay.
if you want to call us, we will
Jump in on the
get you
old
some.
stuff.
I do believe it's under 24 bottles. And then again, for those folks that ordered up some of the 13 last time, awesome. We have a few bottles of those.
A couple bottles left of the 13, and it's also tasting.
And just a few of the 16 as well.
Right, oh, we got a few 16s
the
left.
current release is a 16, and now it's almost gone.
There's very few of those guys. Oh man. Oh, Brad. That nose.
What do you... Dark plums.
There's
and cherry?
something dark.
It's just,
dark.
It's all
Dark
it's all
plums,
dark. It's stewed
Dark
fruit.
cherries. Ooh. The cherries are definitely not your bright young cherries. These are rich, dark cherry on the nose. Come here, Fred. Come try it.
Come on.
Try some fun stuff with us.
Do you want the wine or do you want the?
I'll start with wine,
Here you go.
and then
one more time.
Fred, get some
He
more wine.
says, "No, Pop. I
And
want
then-
some steak."
And then, how about some of those delicious ribs, Fred? Oh, you lucky dog.
Do we have something over
I have
here?
one question.
Well, come on over.
All right. So
Oh,
one question.
there's Danny. Hi, everybody.
I'm here. I'm the question guy. Hi. I love you all. It's good to see everybody on the live chat. I'm here taking all your questions. So from Carrie Creco. we
Carrie!
have, how do you decide to use egg whites versus fish versus clay, etc.?
Excellent question.
All right.
All right, we've never used fish, but there is something about the silicate in the scales of fish that does work with dropping sediment out of your wine, and that's really what you're trying to do is define the wine. You're just trying to get those solids. You have solids from the pulp, you have solids from the skins, and we macerate those things, and they become smaller and smaller and smaller, and so they end up floating around in the wine, and at some point you want to drop them down. Settling over time happens. When you have a wine in a barrel, it's going to settle out most of those things for you. But when I'm talking about these tannins specifically, even though egg whites will be a little more indiscriminate as far as particles go, so they will grab the particles and drop them down. But they also are picking up on those long chain proteins. And those long chain proteins are the ones that end up being a little more bitey back there. So that's why I like to use it. Now, when you're talking about dirt or earth, diatomaceous earth. So we've got these billion-year-old seashells that are basically what creates diatomaceous earth. And that little molecule is a very sharp molecule. It's got all sorts of spikes around the outside. And then, so if you send that molecule into a wine barrel, it's floating through the wine and settling because it's heavy. Here's that long chain protein or other protein. So what happens, because it's spiky, is it grabs those and drops them down. So not only is it getting particulates out, it's taking things that I might want out as well. And so when I go specific for the egg whites, is I'm looking for those aggressive tannins to go, not just their stuff. Yes.
Oh, all I have to
more
say
stuff.
is Tracy is saying that Tracy Kincaid, she wants to start an Arizona
easy.
Wine Club party.
Oh, definitely. As soon as we can travel again.
We've been
We're coming
talking
to see
about
you,
the
Tracy.
Arizona wine.
coming
Don't
to
threaten them.
Yes.
They will do it as soon as they're allowed.
And our Minnesotans. I know we've got a lot of
Right.
Minnesotans
Oh
out
my
there
God!
watching us.
All right, here's the deal. We have to go to Minnesota. So all of our
Minnesota.
Minnesota friends, I am going to be traveling up
For
there.
sure. Gotta go.
Huge New York, New Jersey fan club out there. We will absolutely be seeing
Texas!
you. Texas for sure.
Texas!
Don't forget about our fantastic people in Tennessee and every other state. Oh my gosh! What about? I was going to say Karen Manson, Arturo.
Oh, used to be Kansas.
They were Kansans.
Now they're Utahans.
Now we're going to go to
Utahns?
Utah. I don't know if I
I
can
don't know if
go
we can
further.
go to Utah. I'm not sure if we can go see you
He's
guys.
a lawyer,
Sorry.
so he'll let me know
Yeah.
if we can.
I'll see you guys later. There's no
Bye,
questions.
Danny.
So Arturo, let me know if we're allowed to do a wine
Something.
club party
Well, maybe
out
we'll
there.
cross the border. We'll do it in Wyoming for you.
Trisha says Reno is close.
Oh, Reno.
Oh, yeah,
is very
Reno.
close. Actually,
We're
Reno's
definitely gonna
strong
come
for
to
us. We
Reno,
got a
for
lot
sure.
of Reno
We have
folks.
a ton of Reno sites.
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
are they?
Speaking of Reno,
Reno
a lot of
operations?
people believe that Danny looks like Officer Dangle from Reno 911.
Oh!
So
There you go.
Maybe we'll have Danny come out and be Reno. Oh, there he is. There's Officer Dangle. Dangling. along.
Real quick, Carl Lenz wants to know, what's the password to access the secret bottles of sold out Mercurio Tempranillo?
The password is
That password
time
has
machine.
expired.
It's
All right,
gone.
here's the
It's
deal.
gone, baby.
I don't know if I actually even have 4 or 5 bottles of Mercurio myself at this exact moment. What's been crazy about this whole lockdown COVID thing is that a lot of great customers like you have been enjoying our back vintages that maybe you've thrown into your cellar, which you should because they just get better and better and better. But now you're bringing them out and they're drinking through them and ordering. And so we've got some folks, their last name might be Bush.
But it starts with a B, but I'm not sure if it's
And-
the Bushes or not.
They have been just buying the Mercurio like crazy.
By the case.
So we
Basically.
are out, but for you, don't give up hope. I am going to be like I've told you in the past. We have Mercurio coming. It's just going to be a while.
It's going to take a little bit.
We've got some barrels of some back vintages, so we're restarting the whole Solera style. It will be coming, and I apologize that I'm pretty sure at this moment. I'm going to say that we are
I think
either
we have
sold
one
sold
bottle.
out, or we've got 2 or 3
We're-
bottles left at the most.
Brad, I think we're sold to now
Okay.
because I made you scour.
That is true.
I made you scour your cellar the other day.
Well,
And you brought me 4 bottles, which all
I get
sold.
as I'm
immediately.
digging through the cellar, I get tired, and
You drank some
maybe
wine.
maybe I didn't get all the way to the end of the cellar. I will.
All right, dig all the way to the back.
I will dig, and we've got your name, so if I can find something for you, I absolutely
You'll be first. And then we all know who else is second and third and
Yes.
fourth.
Carrico, Bushes, and everybody.
Jesse
McDermott.
McDermott.
Yes, all of those folks who have been just ravaging the back.
Crazy,
vintages.
crazy Tempranillo fiends.
Yes.
But that's a good thing.
Actually, if you were near Phoenix, Arizona, probably Randy Garza has
All right.
some back vintages of Tempranillo.
And he has a
so
beautiful cellar.
If his cellar is fantastic.
You should ask Randy if you can come visit his cellar.
If you want to know wine from Randy, he's the only one that I know that might
have it for sure.
have some around.
Oh my god, I can't stop eating these ribs.
We haven't even talked about the ribs.
We
very
haven't
long.
yet.
All right.
I'm eating them like crazy. They're
we started
so good.
we started talking about how dark and deep it was, and we didn't even.
And then we
finish
got
talking about it.
sidetracked. So
Well, that's
let's
what,
talk about
That's what a happy hour is about.
this beautiful wine and these amazing short ribs.
All right, 2014, dark. We were dark plums, dark cherries, rich. And here's the thing: when they're just more darker stewed flavors, and that's where those chocolatey flavors actually
The
come up
Syrah
as well.
kind of kicks
So
in.
the Syrah, yeah, my Syrah is not a bacony style Syrah. It's more just a darker fruit style. So there's no bacon action in there. But between the Cabernet Franc, the Petite Syrah, and the Syrah, it gets dark. And then when you start talking about those dark flavors, when you have the bright fruit that talks about caramelization, and caramelization and chocolate go hand in hand. And so that's where people describe it as being chocolatey,
Yep.
even though there's no chocolate.
No,
in it.
there's no. Brad doesn't put chocolate bars in
No,
there.
we're not beer makers where we just put flavors in. To give you those flavors, these flavors have to be expressed on their own. Whether it's whether it's coming from the barrel, those vanilla
yeast
notes, the
brings it
vanilla,
out.
the vanilla from the barrel,
Oh,
absolutely,
absolutely
is
changes
making
everything.
chocolatey flavors as well.
And making it richer. Boy, because there is caramelization, obviously, on these beautiful braised
Oh,
ribs.
those got caramelized.
The caramel, now it's all playing synergistically together. This is stunning. If you have a
Synergistically.
14, I think it's time to pull your 14 out and put it in your fun time now pile. It is so.
14 is
Good.
drinking fantastic. Oh my
God bless
I
it.
don't know if I can show.
You could have that
I
whole
know,
piece.
I know.
Oh, eat the whole
No,
thing.
no,
Come on.
no.
I could tap dance while you chew for 20
Oh.
minutes.
There's not much chewing going on because this is all fall off the bone.
No, this is all fall off the bone. This is ridiculous. These are
Alright.
stunning.
Now I did use this wine in the braising process. A beautiful veal stock went in there as well. Carrots.
Yes, even for a non-vegetable person, the carrots are not off-putting. They actually accentuate the flavor. It's pretty stunning. Wow.
That's for sure.
Wow.
And goes absolutely fantastic with this wine. Of course, the wine was in there. I know,
There's something going on. There's something happening on the back end of the palate.
Grady says there's
'Cause-
something going on.
It's tasting spectacular, of course, but then when you add the meat, there's something fun that finishes. There's a finish thing going on. I'm trying to put my finger on here.
So we're going for finish.
Mm-hmm.
Meat before, meat after, meat
Meat
mid,
with.
meat with.
Meat
okay.
with.
All right. I'm gonna grab another bite.
Drive another bite
A
there.
little meat with.
It's accentuating the savory. There is something coming in on the back end that's popping. That the wine is not pulling out until you have it with that beautiful food. Here, Fred, maybe you can.
There's
figure it out.
there's some spices in the back.
It's a spice. Maybe it's a spicy thing
And
I'm getting.
I'm gonna say clove.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I think there's a little bit of clove going on back there. It's not cumin.
Not
It's
cumin.
not anything like that. On
But you
that
know what?
range.
I couldn't put my finger on it, but I'm pretty sure you're right. I think it's clove because now you've got that richness like you're having it.
Yeah. And there's just a wonderful spice back there. It's not pepper.
Mm-mm.
Pepper is a classic pairing or a classic flavor profile with a Zinfandel and even with Sangiovese
Sure.
or Barberas and stuff like that. It's not peppery.
It's not pepper,
It's
but
more
it's
of a clove.
Clove, because the clove has that richness.
You know
And
what's
then when
funny?
you
Oh,
smell
actually,
clove-
here's the deal. Okay, it is clove. I'm gonna tell you why it's clove. Because I was reading the ingredients on my beef stock that I used, and we picked it up from Big John's, one of our smaller markets here, where they make those beef stocks themselves. And actually, there is a lot of clove in those.
Interesting.
In those
Okay.
beef stocks. So I think that the wine is pulling out the clove flavor that was in the meat,
Yes.
but wasn't detectable when you were just eating it.
Until you had it with the wine.
Yeah.
And the wine drew out that clove and made it more up front. Because I don't get clove on the wine, obviously.
Nope.
But with the food,
Yes.
it just draws out. And why would it pick one spice over the other? So interesting. And that's what makes food pairings so
For sure.
exciting.
For sure.
Wow.
It's bringing
That's
out-
it. That's exactly what it was. Wow.
Yeah,
So
that's
fun.
that's what it is, and it was the beef stock that I used. And a lot of the beef stocks don't use clove, but since this was a local market that produced these stocks for us, I was just reading through their mix, and there was a lot of clove in it.
See? And when I have it by itself, it's not clove. It's still rich chocolate-covered cherries coming in on the back end. But then you have it with the delicious rib action. Holy smokes, Brad. This is one of the best pairings ever.
Well, we're doing more of a dinner pairing with some full body wine, which is awesome.
Right?
Absolutely awesome.
Wowzers.
God dang it. My
That is
great
stunning.
shores, of course, we're going to be sitting here going,
I know.
I'm sorry for you guys that didn't make the recipe.
You should have made the
Because
ribs.
we're making.
Oh my God.
And we usually go, yum, yay, delicious.
I could
cheese,
pretend
delicious
it was
thing.
good, but this is truly
This is
next level pairing.
this
the
is
flavors
absolutely
just
fantastic.
come together so beautiful.
It would have been gone great with the Cabernet as well. So if
Oh,
you
sure.
have one of my Cabernets, it would have gone fantastic with it. Speaking of Cabernet,
Yeah, I have a wild idea.
I think we've got a back vintage that we should taste.
Excellent. So pulling out of Brad's special library selections today.
All right, so the dark side is all the dark, rich fruits, but Cabernet has a much brighter profile to it. So we have those brighter cherries, and we've got nice structure, and we have subtlety and nuance. So
Where
let's
this
see.
is pretty bold.
Let's see if subtlety and nuance with structure
Changes things around a little
changes things up a little bit.
bit. I've got a feeling it's going to do really interesting. And I'm even going to try it with asparagus. I'm going to see how it goes. So this is the
Oh,
2014
all right.
Messenger Reserve Cabernet.
I think last week we pulled out the 09
Mm-hmm.
as one of the back
And that was
vintages. So here's the
crazy fun.
14. Okay, it's just we have two very different animals here.
Completely.
This wine, just in the nose, you can smell the structure.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that, so you just have this beautiful, rich cherry that is dominant throughout the nose. There's layers of complexity and nuance in there as well, but you just get, and do you get that?
I get
when I first nose this,
my first nose
just a big,
big cherry.
yeah, big cherry.
But there's that.
Not a dark stewed cherry,
No.
but not a bean bright
Not
cherry.
a big bright cherry.
So a little middle of the road cherry,
Yep.
but very cherry.
But again, there's some subtler notes coming in around it. It's like a cherry wrapped in spice.
Oh.
Because there's something already happening because it's an older wine. It's 14.
I love wrapping my cherries in spice. But Grady's description is absolutely spot on. He is correct. So we have the structure, the subtleties, the nuances, and the nuances and subtleties he's talking about are some beautiful spices that are coming around the side. So maybe some plum is sneaking in there. Maybe some darker this or darker
Some
that
nutmegs,
is coming
some
in.
things are coming
And then
through.
you have the structure, and I'm getting vanilla.
Well, I'm definitely getting some of the barrel.
So
neat
the
thing
vanilla
about
is
the reserve.
vanilla is the barrel. 3
Brad's
years-
using
3
3
years in a
years
row. Yep.
new French oak for this
A
bad
little
dog.
bit of neutral as well.
Again,
Yep.
it gets racked in there once Brad can taste
the
it. then he moves
limousine
it along.
forest oak isn't giving us big expression, but I think that we have
Wow.
Danny needs to swing in and say something to us.
All right, a couple more questions
Oh, my
over
goodness.
here. Ali Gaylord is asking,
Allie!
what Mercury wine should I pair with my frozen pizza tonight?
Oh, God. There's
Got
so
it.
many choices. So many choices.
All right, there are so many choices. If I've got my DiGiorno $6.99
Oh, you splurged.
frozen pizza out, there's two true choices.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to treat yourself because you did get a frozen pizza
know,
versus
you could put the $120 bottle on that. It would be good.
$120 bottle of Cabernet would be fantastic. But the real deal is my the easy drinking jug, which is my Syrah
The
Zinfandel
jug is
blend,
such a
or
pizza
my
wine.
brand new 2017 Zinfandel.
Zinfandel, yeah.
That's it. So I mean,
Zin.
we're talking about a $20 bottle or a $30 bottle of wine. That's going to be super satisfying, and with those, with the beautiful tomato saucy flavors mixed with the fatty pepperoni,
Yeah.
or maybe you're doing it with all those bright bell peppers
Right,
and
which
red
is
peppers
explosive enough.
with the cheese, but you're still going to get some good fat in there. Those are two just easy drinking wines, and those would be my absolute recommendations. Unless it's 100 degrees in your apartment, and I would drink a white wine with it because
Right.
it's too damn hot.
There's so much. Exactly. But if you got one of those pizza pizzazz ovens, the ones that bake it on the
Yes.
counter, those are the best.
Grady
You're not heating up the house.
loves Pizza Pizzazz, and he has made. She's made
Go on.
frozen pizza really delicious for us. Norma, thank you so much.
Goodbye,
Norma
Norma.
Ramazani.
Say
taking
goodbye
off
to
today.
Norma.
All
She's
right,
out.
say hi to the family. Make sure you're wearing your scarf.
Okay, real quick. So Andra is Arevalo. I don't know if I'm
Yes.
saying that right.
No, you're not.
Not really.
Okay, probably not.
I would say he's not.
Sorry.
Just say Nico's Andra.
What
Nico,
would you
no,
say?
Andra.
Nico
No.
and
Blending
Andra.
party
Lot
winners.
Yes.
Lot
VIPs is asking, could I put the 14 messenger away for a while, or is that in the drink now category?
All right.
Yes and no.
Mm.
Yes, for sure. I mean,
Of
this
course.
does not feel like it's in any danger.
There's no danger. There's no
But-
oxidation.
There is something so satisfying
drinking fantastic
about this
right now.
wine right
Here's
now.
what would be really awesome if you actually had a couple bottles. What would be great if you had one or two bottles and you're wondering when to drink it. I am loving this right now. We opened up earlier when we were doing a video, when we were making a video earlier, and I was like, wow, you are so delicious and tasty. This wine is delicious and tasty. It is absolutely fantastic. You will not be sad that you opened this
You
up
will not.
because it's going to give you everything. But if you do like a little age in your wine, this has got five, six,
easily.
7
Easily.
years
Oh,
easily in there. But right now it's drinking fantastic. I would make it, if I was preparing a dinner, I'd make the dinner around this wine.
Mm-hmm.
It is drinking absolutely fantastically, and so I would treat myself by opening this bottle of wine up. Right now, it is
Yeah.
drinking fantastic.
It will kill
But-
your pizza. It'll kill it dead.
We always talk about
So good.
oxidation. All right, how's the oxidation going?
Right.
What's the lip of the wine look like?
There
so
is no-
there's just a smidgen
hint, the
of
tiniest
orange around the top. The orange is giving you the oxidation. Still a nice dark ruby in there. So that means the oxygen hasn't gotten in there and penetrated, and it's breaking the wine down. So it actually is aging gracefully. So drink it now for an excellent experience, and then hang on to it for a couple more years at least. If you've got a bottle or two, we do have some of these. So if you don't have any of these, we can get those
We can
for
hook- we
you.
can put
But
it
it's,
back in
it's,
your
it's
cellar.
got it's got years to go. But right now
But
the
God bless
flavors are
America.
so fantastic.
What are we waiting for? What could you possibly wait for that's better than this now? I don't know.
Actually, I'll tell you what you wait for.
Okay, why do you wait?
A little more subtlety, a little more nuance.
Yeah.
Because it's still pretty bright and
It's
intense.
bold.
It's got these
It's
wonderful
bold.
flavors, but they're fantastic. But I think
But
there's
they're
some
the
other
fantastic
there's some
flavors I
things to
love.
come.
I love
There's,
them right
here's
now.
the difference between a younger wine and an older wine.
Right.
There are things to come. And if you're drinking an older wine, do not expect bright, juicy,
No,
and big tannins.
But that's not why you
But
pull
if
longer
you're
wine.
pulling out a well-aged, super delicious wine like this, you're going to be exclusively looking for all those subtleties and nuances.
Right.
And so that's why you give it a couple more years, because you'll get more of that.
Yes, but
Oh,
again, that's something you're
oh,
going to
get
be
over
sitting
again.
there
You're supposed to get
and
up-
pulling
just
out
one-
every
one more quick
nuance.
question.
Where this is,
Uh,
if you drink it with your pizza, you'd be very happy now.
Oh my God. That's an expensive pizza.
Okay. Holly Kruder. She's
Hello.
asking, did you say you had more of the 2014 Messenger?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we
Holly,
did.
you're in luck.
Yes.
We held some back, so we do have
Brad was
2014
really
Messenger available, and seriously, super fantastic. I would not plan a dinner around a $7 pizza with this wine. Now, if we had a $7 pizza and I opened this wine, I would feel fantastic and I would love
You've
myself.
elevated your evening.
But this wine is super
cries
delicious.
out
It
for-
cries out for doing something a little special,
Super special.
or at least
These
okay,
ribs.
if you're gonna do pizza, plan it for 3 nights from now,
Right.
So that you can start looking forward to it. Because typically, if you're doing a fine dinner to pair with a fine wine, you've got 4 or 5 days to prepare. You know you have friends and family coming over, and you're going to be pairing this wine with these specific foods. And so, when I'm enjoying a older reserve, a lot of the enjoyment comes from thinking about when I'm going to open
Yes.
it, and a lot of the enjoyment comes from who I'm going to open it for.
With- Yes.
So when you're opening a bottle of wine like this, well over the $120 price point, what gives me satisfaction in opening it is actually the 4 or 5 days before thinking about enjoying this wine and anticipating are my short ribs going to go
Could be
perfect with
perfect
it.
for that.
But if I'm going to put some 14 dark side, which is half the price of this, in the wine, will it still be as good if I'm going to be drinking it with the messenger? And yes, it will. You just need a nice hearty red wine to go with it because you're going to be cooking it. It's going to have fat around it and all sorts of spices. So that's not the biggest deal in it. But Danny looks like he has something
Okay,
else to
so
say. He's
here we
anticipating
go.
something.
Ken Bagwell is asking, hi Ken.
Hey, Rockstar.
Let's see, how much is the 2017 Pinot? It was dynamite.
How much is the 2017?
16.
Sold out.
16.
It was a
It's
2016.
a 16.
Oh, it was a
I
16,
said it
okay.
doesn't matter, sold out.
It was 65, and it is sold out.
But
But-
God bless America.
But
that
you know
Pinot,
what? The 2017 might be dynamite as well.
I'm certain it will be.
It'll be in the $65 dollar price point as well. And in a perfect world, we'll be bottling some Pinot in July.
Oh, that's so exciting.
You can be
I miss that Pinot
looking
so much.
forward to it in August, September timeframe.
September, October?
So yes, and thank you so much. That was a spectacular representation of a Russian River Pinot. I don't do them as often as I like.
Because the fruit is so expensive. It's so
But
stupid expensive.
We're getting better producers that are giving me better prices, and Pinots will be coming out on a
little more regular
regular
basis,
basis. Yes, especially right now. And then is so.
Here's a
Here's the
little
deal.
wine secret.
How much wine am I going to produce this year? Of course, I had a lot of big plans to making a lot of things. I'm not exactly sure how this whole thing is going to be going. So I've got big plans of making more in the future. And as things have been going, I'm absolutely making more and more Pinot. So we had a small run of 80 cases of Pinot.
Yeah.
2 years ago, we're going to have another 80 case run. But I have expanded, so we're going to be getting into some 120 case runs of Pinot Noir. But I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing this year at this moment. There's a lot of things in flux, and what's really important. I've been scolded for not making more sparkling Petit Syrah.
Right.
Petit Syrah is in the mix for being produced this year, and a lot of other things. So as this whole year is folding up, I think we're going to be opening up, and everything is going to be fantastic in the next month, which means that I'm just going to go ahead and make everything that I can this year. So all of those things are coming, and I promise you I will make more fun Pinot. Oh, Danny
Okay,
says,
real quick, one more. Will the 15 Messenger hold up like the 14?
I would say yes, for sure. Because it's still
And that's from
So
Carl
bright.
Lenz.
All right,
so bright.
Here's-
so exciting.
15 Messenger is intense.
Mhm.
It's full bodied, it's very tannin. That's because it was the end of the drought, so the grapes were super stressed that year, and we harvested. It was very hot.
It was stupid
during
hot that
harvest.
day, like
Normally during
110
harvest,
that day?
yeah, 107
Yeah.
on the hill as we were doing it.
Stupid
It was
hot.
crazy hot that year. Typically, we're harvesting in 80-degree temperatures, and so that intensity drew out a lot more tannins. The 2015 is a much more tannin
Yeah.
and intense wine than 2014. So the 2015 is going to be, I would say, 3 to 4 years behind the 14. So the 14 right now, 6 years,
Yeah.
7 years into it is
Firing on
expressive and
cylinders,
silky and
exciting.
luxurious and has all these subtleties and nuances. But the 15, it's not giving
It's
me a lot of
still-
subtlety and
it is
nuance.
still
It is
so
an
bold.
intense, full-bodied wine. So based on those more intense tannins, based on the fact that it was a drought year and it was more intense like that, I think it's going to go farther. But what I will do is I'll be tasting it along with you, and I'll let you know if that wine peaks earlier. I mean,
Yeah.
the other funny thing about an intense year is those tannins and that intensity can peak much quicker than the soft and subtle tannins. So if it peaks early, it could actually come down the slope where the 14 hit maybe is not even to the peak,
Not
but
even
slowly
close,
getting
right.
to it, and then it's going to slowly glide down. The 15, as intense it is, might hit this peak and then come down quicker. So this is what you do. Stay tuned, and I'll keep drinking it. I'll let you know where I think it's at.
Me too.
Oh, hey, guess what? We have Danny coming in with
What is this?
Oh,
Put
Holy
that right
smokes! Now it's
there.
like happy hour.
oh,
or
Danny's
something.
gone. He was
All
here.
right.
Oh, now
so
he's back.
I have some special Danny Sangria that if you guys watched my video this week, you'll know that
What's
I started.
What's your video called?
It's called Drinks with Danny.
Danny has a new video he's going to be putting out called Drinks with Danny. That's fantastic.
It is fantastic, and it's been super fun. And I, for a dessert, brought you guys some of my sangria. I made a fresh batch this morning.
Nice.
Oh,
Thank you,
Grady,
sir.
there you go,
Yay.
Brad. There.
Look at all that beautiful
We,
fruit.
we always call you
And
Fresh Batch.
for me.
That's
Gorgeous,
awesome.
gorgeous sangria.
So it's a
Yes.
fantastic sangria. If I may take the liberty, I think Danny made this out of Axina and Sauvignon Blanc. He
Right.
sliced up a bunch of oranges, limes,
Lemons,
apples, and
apples.
lemons.
Grapefruit.
The main part of this is a very appley synergy because it has
The apple cider,
Apple cider
organic
vinegar, yes.
apple cider as well.
And what's on the rim?
Sugar in the raw on the rim, just for looks,
it's-
just for fun. You
It's
know?
so good.
Yes.
It makes it exciting.
Question.
And then also
Is that a
a
question for me?
peach
Question.
liqueur and apple brandy is what I put in it. So for
Where'd that
those
come
of
from?
you, from Alley 6, our friends in Healdsburg.
We gotta give a big shout
Oh,
out
a big
to our
shout
good
out to
friends,
Alley 6.
Alley 6.
Yep.
Now we are members of Alley 6, but we are also members of Young and Yonder.
Young and
they
Yonder,
produce
yes.
some fabulous spirits as well. So we're going to be doing some Young and Yonder spirits
Absolutely.
in our sangrias shortly. So we're not going to leave them out. But Danny's first one, because they add the apple and the pear, and what they do is they go get all the bruised pears from Dry Creek Pear Company, and then they produce this beautiful apple and brandy.
Apple brandy and then a peach
and then a
liqueur.
peach liqueur.
Yes,
that's
yes,
it.
yes.
And are they doing something special with
Hmm.
all the nonsense that's going on?
yes. Oh,
The other really cool thing is that they're making a hand sanitizer for you as well.
It
so this
smells
is a
like
750. It smells like gin. And this is why
And
it's
it's a
here
gin
the
bottle.
tasting.
Trust
This
me,
is
I
their
know.
gin bottle, and you don't want to drink this. I am
No.
quite
This
confident.
is all for your
we have to keep that away from the liquor cabinet.
This
we might
is
get
the
confused.
yes. That's why it's here, not at the house. But Young and Yonder is also producing hand sanitizer at this time. And the other really cool thing, it's very difficult to ship spirits, wine, any alcohol across the country. We have
Make it
very
so hard.
archaic, ridiculous laws. Hopefully all these laws are going to be loosened up as this all comes out. But the really cool thing, it was against the law to sell spirits across state lines, but you can actually do it now. So a lot of our friends would always buy spirits when they came to buy our wine and visit us
Absolutely.
here at Mercury
Yep,
Wine,
yep,
and then they would go down and they would go buy some fancy spirits at either Young and Yonder
Sure.
or Alley 6, and you couldn't have it shipped. But now you can. So big shout out to our friends at Alley 6 and Young and Yonder, because if you need some bourbons, whiskeys, gins, give them a call. They can actually ship it to you now, which is very cool. And hopefully those same laws that are being loosened up for them are going to loosen up for us, so that we can actually ship interstate throughout the United States and not have all these ridiculous laws on shipping our wine as well. So a lot of a smidgen of a silver lining has come out of this,
Is that
where you can
some
actually
of these things
you can ship a
are
spirit
happening, yeah.
from state to state, where that was a ridiculous law.
So
And now that's
definitely
been
also
pulled out.
check out our friends, the Garrison Brothers. in
Oh,
Texas.
oh, our
Texas.
Texans!
They make some
Absolutely, because
unbelievable-
now they can ship
Unbelievable
stuff.
spirit.
Nice.
And they
Holy
can ship
mackerel.
now.
Yeah.
So
Great bourbon.
we're gonna get a
Oh,
bunch of
so
that
good.
Texas stuff
Yeah.
that they would have to drive to us.
Absolutely.
They're actually gonna be able to ship it to us. So
All
it's a
right.
fantastic time if you like spirits, mead, cider, wine. It's all happening.
I just want to say bye and thank you to everybody, and look out for my next Drinks with Danny video. It'll be coming this week.
I'm excited. I'm
It's
excited
gonna be
because this is
called
really good.
The Danny Colada. Stay
The
tuned.
Danny
All
Colada.
right.
Danny Colada. If you were one of the 150 people that came to our wedding,
That was
If
my
you like
signature
Danny
drink.
Coladas.
All right, you guys.
And
I'll
getting
let you
drunk in the
finish
rain.
up.
well, thanks.
You're welcome. Cheers.
All right.
Cheers, Danny.
Cheers, everybody.
Thank you. These are so good.
All
What
right.
a delightful way to.
This is
because
what a
now we got
happy
all
hour
this
is
fun
about. Every
citrusy
happy hour
thing
I've
going
ever
on.
been to in my life, they were always pushing some specialty drink, and of course I would have that along with my regular drinks, and then I would have some great food and some snacks, and I would be having all sorts of
beautiful
things.
wines.
Actually, he did really nice on that.
Danny really brought out the citrusy in this beautiful
Yep.
sangria.
Yep.
It's got Axina in there, so you've got levels of flavor, but you've also got this beautiful citrusy note. The grapefruit really jumps out at me today. It is delicious and stupid refreshing.
That the peach liqueur is really coming out from me as well.
I get the peach on the very back of the palate.
Absolutely fantastic.
Oh, hell
Oh,
yeah.
a beautiful aperitif after dinner. Nice
Before dinner.
acidity, good times there.
Sitting in the hot tub.
All right, this is the point where I'm supposed to ask you to please like and subscribe, because believe it or not, I need you to like and subscribe. The reason
I know,
why is
it's
because we can do more things,
silly.
and
We
I
can
want to
do
go. I want to go on the
cares?
street with live productions and visit all
Yes,
of my
we wanna
friends
visit
up and down
Geyserville.
Geyserville, which we've got coffee shops, we've got little markets, we've got pizzerias, we've got Italian restaurants, we've got a lot of things that we can do here in town where I can take these happy hours live down
But
the
we
street.
can't go
But if I
mobile
don't
until you like
have
us.
those dang likes, I
So
can't
like
do
us.
mobile. And I hate begging for likes. I'm gonna ask for them.
But
I'm
we
gonna
can
ask for them.
beg.
So
We
I'm
can
sure
beg.
that we put a like and describe. No,
Somewhere.
we didn't. We didn't put it
No, we
anywhere.
didn't.
You've got to go and find our like and describe icon and
That's right.
click on it.
There.
Is it really?
Somewhere right. It's
No,
right
it's
about
not.
there. Yeah, just push right
I
there.
don't feel it.
I'm pretty sure it's right
It
somewhere
doesn't
there.
feel like it's right. I'm not sure if that's the right side. Oh my goodness. Anything else you got for us today, Greg?
Also, just thank you for letting your friends and family
For sure.
know that they can order wine, get your wine club discount, get that $1 shipping for 6 bottles or more. And for everybody who's updated your shipping addresses for us, that's making my life so much easier. We have a wine club coming, and I want to make sure that I get your wine to you. So thank you for letting us know your home addresses and all the fun stuff that's been going on.
That's really important. Please let us know if you're if you're staying at home and you're not at your office to pick up your wine. We almost forgot
What?
to pull a raffle
Oh, we're
ticket.
pulling the raffle today? I thought it was next week.
No, it's this week. It's every other week.
Oh, it's every other week? Hot damn tamale. We're going to pull a raffle
A
ticket
hot damn tamale.
for some lucky person who sent their friends and
Oh, yeah.
family.
We need Danny to go
Oh,
and do it.
Yeah,
because-
Doing
let's
it.
make this
Here I
fair.
go.
All right.
We're not
Lucky, here
we're not
we
picking
go.
on our
Have you
friends,
sanitized
Tracy and Nico and on.
We've got so many people that have recommended their friends
Thank
to join
you
up,
so
and we
much.
certainly appreciate
We
that.
appreciate
This is
it
a
so much.
This is a little thank you back to you guys.
All
All right,
right,
Danny's gonna
here
pull out.
we go.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Right here.
There we go.
Who is it?
Brian Lilly.
Brian Lilly.
B. Lilly.
And Aaron Lilly.
Brian
The
and
Lily.
Aaron, thank you
There
guys so
we
much.
go.
Thank you
you
guys
for
so
sending
much
your friends.
for having your friends join up and get some wine. And actually, I know for a fact I'll be seeing you within a week or so, because I'm going to actually be doing some great deliveries to
We're
our
gonna drive
friends
down
down
to-
yes.
in San
Head down to the
Francisco,
Bay.
in
We're
the Bay
headed
Area.
down to the
So
Bay.
we're going to be on the road delivering some wine, so we'll get to see you masked up and all. And maybe I can give some shoulder bumps to the
Corona
super
bump.
kiddos and
Bam.
all that kind of fun stuff.
Bam.
But no, thank you guys so much for recommending your friends to buy wine. We absolutely appreciate that, since you guys all know we're a very small production winery, and we only have so many people that know of us. And if it's not for you telling other people, then we don't have new people to sell wine to. And right now we have nobody. new to sell
Nobody
wine
comes
to.
to see me anymore. It's weird.
So we
Yeah.
do
Freddie's
appreciate
actually
that.
the most sad that
Freddie is so
everybody has
sad.
not been coming
Right.
in.
He looks
and
for his
getting
pets.
his pets. Oh, we have a.
What did Aaron win? What did Brian
Oh,
Oh,
they
what did they
won.
win?
And Axina and a new 17 Zinfandel.
Is that released?
It is. It's going. Well, it's going in the wine club.
Oh,
right
in
It's
the wine
going in
club.
the wine
Okay,
club.
All right, all right.
Next week. This week.
And
Come
I'll
here,
be
Fred.
I'll be
Come and
driving that down with all their other fine wines.
Yes, we'll just throw that in with the other 10 cases that you have ready to go.
So awesome. Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you guys so much
I'll be
for
back with
recommending your
Jim Ricard on Facebook on May 7th.
are you
Also,
doing?
keep. Oh, I'm gonna do. Oh, we're gonna do. You know, Jim and I, we have lots
You
of
guys
fun
have
things
crazy
going on.
ideas.
We have a lot of good things going on. We're also gonna do another left bank hangout on the 16th of May. So the 7th of May, I'll be hanging out with
Okay.
Jim. On the 16th of May, we're going to be doing some more fun stuff. So be looking for us on Facebook as well. We've got a lot of neat things coming.
It's all happening.
And plus, you know, here's the deal. We just want to start talking about the things that are going on in the winery. Right now, we are running low on jug wine, so we've got a new jug wine production coming.
Yep.
We just went through barrel tasting, so after barrel tasting, we need to make sure that those
Get
wines
those futures
are
going.
those future wines are coming out. So for those of you that have ordered the Sister, our Merlot-based wine, and the Messenger, our Cabernet-based wine, those wines are now going into real production, meaning that we're going to start putting those barrels together and getting those flavors worked out. The next Zinfandel is coming out. The next Pinot is coming out. No, there's not going to be any Tempranillo. But all of the other fun things, the Dark Side, the Rocket, all of those things we're looking at, and those wines will be telling me if they're ready to go for a bottling at least this year. And sweet. We're going to be talking about all the fun things we're going to start bottling, and we'll bring in some of our barrel samples so that Grady
Yes!
and I can start
Barrel
talking
samples.
about barrel samples. And then the other really cool thing is that I believe that Cinco de Mayo is coming up. So we're going to be doing some special Cinco de Mayo recipes.
Nice.
So yes, I'm going to be doing my Chili Verde, and we've got some other fun things coming out with that. Like I was mentioning earlier, Danny's got his
Danny Colada,
Danny Colada and his beef jerky coming.
which has no pina colada in it. So don't.
Oh man, I
mix
was
that.
kind of looking
No, no,
forward
no,
to
no,
a
no,
pina
no, no.
colada.
It has no pina colada
turkey.
in it.
Damn it.
But you'll have to look up and look at it to see how it goes.
Does it look like a colada?
A little bit.
All right.
All right.
There'll be some colada references in his stuff. But anyway,
All right.
all sorts of fun today. Thank you guys so much for watching.
This was so
Absolutely
much fun.
appreciate it.
God, this hour flew by because I ate like a pig.
Seriously, guys. All right, braised short ribs.
And I had my first.
I know
vegetable
that's
ever.
Brad's big ribs, but
Ever.
don't do Brad's big rib. Do a normal short rib you can get from the store. It's not that
But if you get the
difficult.
big ribs,
It's a little
go for it.
seasoning. It's
So
a little
exciting.
sauteing. Stick it in the oven for 3-4 hours, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Fall off the bone
You'll
fun.
treat yourself because it is so good. You'll be a 5-star dining when you
Come here,
have this.
Fred. You want to
But
say
thank
goodbye?
you.
Come here,
Oh.
Fred. Come here. You want to say goodbye,
He
Mr.
says, I'm
Fred?
not going to say
Come
goodbye.
here. Come here. Come say goodbye. There's a Fred. Yes. Oh, Freddie loves big. Oh,
Oh, I was
got all
gonna-
the stuff out of the way. There he is.
I was
There's
gonna
our
get some of those
Fred.
ribs. I was going to get some.
There's our Fred.
All right.
What a good job.
Anyway, thank you guys so much. We will see you next week, and then I'll keep you posted on everything that I'm doing with Jim Ricard and all the left bank friends we have here in Alexander Valley. Drink some wine, have some fun. I know we're locked down, but you can still have a good time.
We can still have a good time.
Look, someone says Mom says
Mom says
I
we
loved
were
it.
great.
She says,
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Sure appreciate the help and the extra votes online.
And thank you for the
thumbs
masks.
up.
I appreciate it.
We haven't got the masks yet.
No, they're on their way. They're in the
All
mail.
right, shut it up. Thank you guys. Oh, did he sign off? All right.
Oh,
Thanks,
thank
Greg.
you guys. Thank you so much. What fun. What a great happy hour. Thank you. Good times.
And we're gonna keep the chat open.
Oh, we're keeping the chat open.
Yes, we're gonna leave the chat on.
I'm gonna do some things.
We're gonna do some things.
winemaker things.
We're
I'm
gonna
do
close
winemaker
stuff down, but keep
Get
chatting.
at it.
Have fun with all your friends. Thank you for having fun with us. We appreciate it so much.
Same.
All right, so we'll go. We'll do all the fun things. I may
Well,
even pull. I'll pull the cord on this microphone, and
Are you?
well, yeah. Then you won't hear us, talking.
Talking about the people who's chatting. Here's the deal. Make the short ribs. They're delicious. You should do it. I'm getting calls. They're supposed to be off the phone.
Apparently,
Who could it be?
people like it. People are having fun.
All right, Nick, one of our good friends.